All right, welcome back, guys. Got another semifinals match here for Four Horsemen Tournament 26. I'm excited about that one, but before we get into it, we got to watch the intro.
Greetings, old school magic blades, and welcome to the Four Horsemen.
All right, so up first here, the white deck we see first. That is Jack's deck. It is all white except for Concordant Crossroads. It's a great addition, so don't worry about Abyss or anything like that, but this is basically a fast white deck with a lot of versions of Crusade. Real plain and simple. You guys can pause and look at it, but it's a pretty simple deck, straightforward. Here we have Chris's deck, which I absolutely love because I love doing different stuff. I love having fun with unique things and playing cards in different ways. And one of them is that beautiful Serendib Djinn. He is so much fun. And with the land tax and spirit links, I really see where he's going with it. And I absolutely am in love with it because he's one of my secret favorite cards. If he ever gets out, it is death, especially when you pair him with land tax. Most people do not do that. You have Spirit Link. Spirit Links are dangerous in a lot of formats. People overlook them because if you land a Spirit Link on somebody else's dib or Juzam, if they don't have a way to remove that, that is a game ending for them. It will end up killing them over time. It's brutal the way that you can control things. So some things you just can't overlook, especially in this format. Spirit Links are one of the main removals. And here we're down to game number 1. And let's see what happens. As always, guys, I'm watching this for first time with you. Let me guess, land tax. Yep. Let's see what we got from Jack here. Land tax. Already. And everybody always tells me land tax is not the threat, but I feel like land tax is the engine for all the threats. In this format, at least. Let's see how many turns it is till somebody plays a... Oh, he found his tower. Alright, well, land tax tower, that's definitely a threat right there. Oh, looks like Chris is getting off of it. Oh, divine offering on the tower. Okay, that makes complete sense. As you guys can tell, sometimes it's very friendly games. So we usually do 6 piles and roll randomly, but some of these guys have known each other for a long time. Looks like we're still staying on 1. Nope. There's Jafar. If you're not sure what that does, basically if it blocks or is blocked and goes in a graveyard, whatever it blocked or is blocked dies. So if you have like an Urnum and attacks and you block with him, Urnum is destroyed. It's almost basically like a death touch. Alright, played another land for a dib. Gonna suck a bunch more lands out of the deck. That's a absolute massive advantage for Jack because the percent chance of drawing a land now is extremely small. So now Jack has a massive edge on it. It's basically like drawing an additional card, basically, if you look at it, because the chances of drawing a land are very low. So Jack has a much higher chance of drawing cards that need to be answered. Yep, like that one right there. Now his creatures are a hell of a lot bigger. I believe that's +2/+1 if I'm not mistaken. I'm guessing he named blue. Now I believe how that card works is as long as there's blue in play, I believe. So if he did block with the dib, I don't think he would have the bonus anymore until Chris plays another blue card, I believe, because I think it has to do with blue permanents, and lands are not permanents, I don't believe, so I don't know if it counts lands, because I actually have to research that one, but that card's a little too expensive for my blood. Aha, Spirit Link. Now we make sense. Yeah, Jack has a really, really good deck. The only challenge with white in this format is the White Wrath of God. So for 2 mana, destroy all white creatures. Opponent must draw cards, and then you slap them with an Amnesia. And they have to discard every non-land card. So white has a massive crutch when people realize there's cards like that with combination. There's an attack. Considers only 1 counter spell in a deck at the most. Alright, we're going to bounce that back, reduce a lot of the damage. But he still has another. So basically these cards are almost like multiple Crusades is basically what he's slapping down. So because Crusade's not in this format, these cards are acting like Crusade. They cost a little more, but it's basically Crusade. Alright, Chris is going to try and take advantage and increase his chance of drawing non-land cards. Are we going for the big flyer? What are we doing here? There's an attack. I expect the big 5/5 to come out right now. Yep. Because if Jack had a Spirit Link, he would have played it on Chris's dib. So unless he top decks a Spirit Link, I think Jack's going to take some serious damage here shortly. But Chris also has a lot of boomerangs, so... Yep, there's the other card you saw bounce back before, so now I'm sure that he's naming blue, so he's probably going to get another +2/+1 on all his creatures. Now, Chris has Spirit Link, so I don't think he has to worry yet. And if Chris has another Spirit Link, he can slap it on his 5/6. Yep. So we gain a life off of the dib. which counteracts. So you're -1, +1. I believe he would have. Yeah, he's basically just trying to save some time. So land tax procced. Got a sack to the big guy, but because he can go through and just grab a bunch of lands, it reduces his chance drastically, and it allows him to keep under whatever lands the opponent has. So it turns the crutch of the big guy into almost a bonus. Yep. There's a Spirit Link. Saw that coming. That's a big slap for 8. And that's a gain for 8. So we'll see what Jack finds here. Spirit Link isn't going to save him at the moment. He needs a flyer. Because his flyers get actually really big because of all the pump action. So I believe it's a total, if I'm not mistaken, of +3, +2. Oh, that's even more of a bonus. But that's not 23. That's what, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's a huge hit, actually. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Wow. All right, there's the huge hit. And that's it for game number 1. All right, so we're on game number 2. I just fast forwarded here for you guys real quick. Sorry, I forgot to pause it there, but I'm doing too many things at once. Ivory Tower. That's a great start. Now see, Jack's deck can be extremely explosive. I think he ended up going slow because of the land tax ride, but I feel like if Jack goes all out, I think it's extremely hard to stop his deck. I almost feel like the land tax are fun in one way and they help reduce the card draw, but I feel like the land tax is purposely slowing him down a few turns where he can literally do turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and your opponent could be almost dead by turn 4 if not dead. This is where I expect more drops to come out. No. Alright, so now I expect a... Yeah, see, I expected almost... Alright, there's a Divine Offering. I almost expected that last turn. Looks like he's boomerang in response. Great play, Chris. There's the pass turn. Looks like Jack might be having some mana issues. So he should have been on 3 lands at that point, and I would have expected 2 small creatures and a buffing enchantment. Or a flyer, something going on. Alright, there's the tower. We're leaving 2 blue open. I'm sure he has either a mana drain or a... Well, not a mana drain, he would have used it. But probably has a boomerang in hand. Or at least faking the boomerang. Always keep double blue up, even if it's not real, because your opponent doesn't know you don't have it. Alright, Jack is definitely having mana issues here, so if Chris takes advantage of the time, he can slap some creatures out there and do some serious damage. But it looks like he has all spells, maybe. I expect a no land drop, a big flyer, some dibs. Looks like they're both having mana issues. There's another swing, another ping. Do we have a third land? Nope. Oh, that's a bummer. That's what I mean. That's another one of those buff spells. Or buff enchantments, rather. Yep, that's exactly what I would do. Smell blood, strip. There's a dib. Yep. Wonder which card he was holding in hand. Because we smelt blood for a couple turns now. That's okay. I kind of expect a boomerang anyway. Boomerang your own dib. I know it takes a turn, but if you boomerang your own dib, the enchantments are moved. He must not have had a boomerang. There's another wolf. There's the life gain from the dib. And damage from the dib. Sounds kind of crazy, but I feel like Jack's going to pull this off. If Chris doesn't speed up, I don't know if he's going to make it. There we go. There's a 4th land. Oh, see, he doesn't have a boomerang in hand, so I don't... That's risky. Yep. And there's no tax out either. I usually run 1 of the big guy. Now, not in this format, but because I'm trying to basically building the deck version and 4 horsemen. I'm pretty close, but when I switch back to aggro, I'm probably going to do one of those big guys. There's another dib. Yeah, see, the chances of Jack having a 3rd Spirit Link are very low. He hasn't been riding land tax, so his percent chance is very, very, very low. I'd be shocked if he had a 3rd one. Yeah. See, now Chris just has to ping him down a little bit, because Spirit Link gains life after damage is dealt. So basically, Chris has just got to get him down low enough that the 8 damage from the other 2 creatures kills him. But Chris is going to have to find some boomerangs. He's going to have to find it fast. Oh, there's an unstable. That's going to help curve things a little bit. Another play Chris could do is not play lands on purpose. Because once there are no lands left, the big guy goes away immediately. So as soon as your last land is done, he disappears. Unfortunately, without a Spirit Link, that's 6 damage. That's a lot of life for Jack. So I don't know if... Oh man, yep, there's a killer. Yeah, I don't think Chris can come back from this. That was a good risk. It's the same thing with Yawgmoth Demon. I only play one of him. Yep. Yeah, I think... Yeah, Jack just got to sit back. Just got to destroy that one with the unstable mutation on it. That's really all he has to do. So Jack should win the game just by destroying the unstable mutation one. Yep, now you kill it, I'm assuming. Yep, immediately kills your 5/6. Yep. Yeah, now Jack just has to sit there. See if he has a third land. Because that might end it right now if he does. Nope. There's the damage. Don't know how much life he has, but looks like he's net gaining actually. No. Stayed the same. Alright, well that's good. That's some blockers at least. Huh. I almost would have left it. He's on a short clock with his own creature. It was spirit linked. So it's not like it's gonna kill, not like it was gonna kill Jack. I would have let that guy go. I mean, if Chris has an unstable... Oh, another flying man. I love flying men. They're awesome. Isn't he dead now? I feel like that might have just killed Chris. Yeah, that's what I expected last turn. A mana drop, that, and a death. But we were just delayed one more turn. Alright, let's go to game number 3. Alright. So these decks are fast and strong. Oh, first turn factory. Land tax. Oh no, tower, okay. Swing for 2. Gain of 2. Yeah. Get him out early. There's the pass. Wonder where Jack's creatures are. I mean, he's got the king there, but definitely don't want that to die. That factory's holding things at bay if there was stuff out, but pretty soon the first strikers are going to be larger than the factory can get. So let's see what happens here. Swing for 2. Yeah, you know he's not going to trade, so. Or I should say, let his king die. Actually, I guess it would be a trade. I think the enchantment does +1/+1. But either way, he's not going to do it. Do we have another one? What do we have here? Yep. Rube Soul. Yep. Oh, Thunder Spirit. Wish I had them. Good call. That thing I believe is a 3/3 flying first strike at the moment, so definitely Spirit Link that sucker. Boomerang. Yep. Now we can counter it if it's played. Wow. Good play. These are two very, very good players of Magic here, especially in the Four Horsemen format. Still love the Rabbit Wombat shirt. That's still the best. There's Preacher. It's going to boomerang the Preacher. Maybe we'll draw into another counter spell here. He has to have 2 removed souls or maybe another blue source he can play, but needs to have more mana. There's a Flying Man. That tower's doing the work here. Let's see what happens. If Jack starts getting too many enchantments out, it's game over. Yeah, there's the problem you gotta counter. And here's Preacher. Now that Chris is tapped out, we can freely play it. Oof, another city. Dib, I'm assuming? Oh no, okay. Yep, Old Man of the Sea. Yep, now see, this is where Jack can use Preacher, but all Chris is going to do is give him his tapped creature with Unstable on it. And then Chris will use Old Man of the Sea to take the Preacher. Yep. Let's use another enchantment. Nope. Yep, so that big guy's coming back. But I don't think the Unstable is going to proc because it's not during the upkeep. So now he takes the Preacher, and he'll get his creature. I don't know if that works because it's not on Chris's board. It's on Jack's board. So I don't know if that counter should be on there. Because Chris does not control or own that creature. So right now there should be no counters on it from Chris. Unless it comes... No, actually I think the counter comes from the enchantment. And Chris still owns the enchantment. So no, actually that probably is right. Oh, did he take the king? I'm confused. I thought he would take Preacher. If he took Preacher, he'd have his own creature back. Hmm. What did I just miss? Okay. Probably blocked and... There we go. Here's King Solomon. Because that's right, the king is on Chris's side. Now that is a 3-3. So I could kill the flying man instantly. Alright, there's another dip. Chances of Jack having another Spirit Link are pretty low at the moment. This is an awesome game, guys. You guys are doing amazing. Oh, he does have another Spirit Link. Holy cow. Now, he has King untapped. Or no, he has King tapped. Okay. I was looking at it on Jack's side, seeing it's still untapped, but it actually is tapped if you look at the card on Chris's side. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, it still goes off. So now it's just a 1-1 flyer. Now, see, if I was Chris and I play white and I do not have white creatures, I would absolutely be playing out White Wrath of God. I think it's Miriam's Cry, but he's playing blue. You could cry an Amnesia and wipe out a ton of cards. It's an easy reset of the board for white. Yep, there's the kill. Oh, Spirit Link. There we go. Guessing that's on the other spirit. Yep. Looks like we have a swing for a 1. We're going to be taking 1. Yep. Feeling like that old man's going back. There's a swing. Oh, land tax. Oh, that's not a swing. That's okay. Keep mixing up the cards. Sorry about that, guys. Even though that card was on Jack's board, that was Chris's card. So it just came back to Jack's board tapped. So King is not in effect. It's just tapped because it just got back to Jack's board. I say that Witch Hunter's a problem because I could just return everything. So I think at this rate, I don't know if Chris is going to get out of this. Yep. There's a +2/+2 on those guys. So factory ain't gonna do nothing now. Yep. But if you look at his life total, you know, he blocked and killed that. It's not like he's gonna be playing a dib out. No matter what Chris plays, it's gonna go back to his hand. Hmm. Yep, that's it. Because Spirit Links go off after damage is done. So that's all she wrote. Those are great games, guys. Now I know I showed you some of the deck pictures before, but Chris just laid his out all nice and organized for you. He does a Presence of Master to take care of enchantments, but you see how he doesn't have any white creatures. So if he plays Cry in his sideboard, he can remove all white creatures. And Amnesia is a very common card here. And with land tax, that should give him more than enough ways to get the blue and the mana sources he needs. So if he ran in it, say 2 Amnesia's main, he can wipe his opponent's hands out very easily. At the same time, if he's playing white, he could destroy all white creatures, forcing your opponent to draw. So if your opponent lost 5 white creatures, they draw 5 cards. Well, when you Amnesia, it's everything that's not a land. So everything that they drew is not a land gets discarded and you see their hand. So it's a very powerful combo I'm going to have in my sideboard. I main deck Amnesia. Might go to 2 or 3 of those because you really can't counter them. If you mana drain them, you're just going to die from your own mana because it's 6 mana. So it's easy to get to, but it's very hard to use 6 generic. But I'm definitely going to be putting White Wrath of Gods because it pretty much destroys those decks. It removes them from the game. So it's not like it just destroys your creatures. It removes them from a game. So everything that's out on Jack's side would have been removed from the game. And that could really, really twist things around. But awesome games. Congratulations, guys. I can't wait to watch the finals here. Hope everyone liked the videos. Have a wonderful day.